Yeah, and every head coach will tell you that the byproduct of success is a lot of times tied to the people that are support staff from the top to the bottom, right? Whether it be assistants, whether it be academic advising. If everybody's in lockstep and in unison in the goals of the program and on the same page, a lot of times that translates to the success and then obviously the on the field part of it. You know, you mentioned earlier, Dan brought it up again, that trying to be the pitching coach and the head coach put you in a tough spot in a tough situation. So how important from a player development side is it to make sure that on top of having the right people that are going to be selfless and reliable and make sure that they live that out each and every day that they're a part of this program, how important is it to have people that you can trust as somebody who had spent plenty of years as a pitching coach to be able to say, hey, you know what, you're in charge of that because I got CEO and head coach things to do today and I can't get out there on individual work because we got to get this done before we get going with full team practice. How important is it hiring the right people from the player development side as well?
I needed you in 2020, Trevor. You needed to give me that pep talk when I was thinking I could coach the pitchers and run the show, man. Like I found it out, and it's not that I didn't know it was important. I just and I feel so silly for saying this because I even when I became the head coach, I knew that every first time head coach says this as it's like their classic mistake, and I still made it anyway, which is not great baseball. But the uh, just the planning function of trying to get the everything aligned, whether it's the way that we operate in between the lines, outside the lines, the stuff that you do with the administration, the stuff you're doing with alumni, the things you're doing to fundraise and build the program. The If you're trying to also coach a position group, and I know there are guys that do it and do it really well at a high level, so I'm not saying this is right for everybody, but for me, I couldn't. I thought I was a pretty decent pitching coach when I could give the guys my full attention, and when I had to look myself in the mirror and say, "Look, you're just not a very good pitching coach right now. You know, you're trying to be a good head coach, but you're just not very good for the pitchers right now. You're not delivering the value that you used to," which was hard because I took a lot of pride in it, and I think letting go of that and saying, you know what, I'm gonna put that on somebody else's plate, and I'm gonna be a resource for them, and try and make my role more about making them a great coach rather than delivering value directly to the pitchers, which I still do from time to time, but it's not my main role. I think that was just liberating, and it's not a. I mean, yeah, it was COVID and we were young and stuff like that, but it's also not a uh, it's not a secret. It's I do think it's correlated that we started to win more games when I stopped making that mistake and started to put more trust in our assistants. So yeah, I mean it's vital because those are the guys that are with each position group every day. They're the guys who are with them in early work. They're the guys who hopefully when our players look back on their career and they can look back on some really good achievements, they can say, hey, Coach Costello really helped me, you know, at 11 a.m. in an early work bullpen. They help me with my changeup or whatever the case may be. It's not going to be, I'm going to be kind of one seat removed from that. And I had to get okay with that for us to get kind of start to get going. And I did it late, but better late than never, I hope.